Today, Daily Wire co-CEO Jeremy Boring announced that unrepentant anti-Semite Candace Owens will no longer be working at the company. This morning he issued a simple post saying only Daily Wire and Candace Owens have ended their relationship. What a touching tribute. Less than an hour later, Owens posted, "The rumors are true, I am finally free," and then plugged for donations for her on YouTube continuing her show. Owens also announced that for now, she will just continue doing it on her personal YouTube page. There, she will probably continue to spew the same anti-Semitic trash that she's been saying for a very long time now. You don't need to take my word for it. Here's a montage of some of her most heinous remarks you will not enjoy.
When you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany.
I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. If you are an honest person, you did not think this tweet was anti-Semitic. You did not think that he wrote this tweet because he hates or wants to genocide Jewish people. Imagine if the Bloods and the Crips were doing horrific things, murdering people, controlling people with blackmail. And then every time a person spoke out about it, the Bloods and the Crips would call those people racist, would get the media to say those people were racist. But what if that is what is happening right now in Hollywood, if there is just a very small ring of specific people who are using the fact that they are Jewish to shield themselves from any criticism? It's food for thought, right? And I think, again, there have been enough people that are speaking out about a ring in Hollywood, also a ring potentially in DC.
At what point, as a Jewish person in Hollywood, do I get invited into these secret rings? Right. I have never been made aware of these secret rings. Those are pretty bad statements, and that's somehow not even the most anti-Semitic thing she has said recently. Earlier this month, author and media personality Rabbi Shmuley posted the following: "Arch anti-Semite Candace Owens is inciting her Jew-hating followers to threaten to murder Jews, and especially me. I have received untold numbers of messages like these from Candace's Jew-hating fans. Candace Owens and official Ben Shapiro will be responsible for any acts of violence against Jews incited by Candace and the Daily Wire." And that's responding to somebody who had posted to Rabbi Shmuley, "When I see you, I'ma knock you the F out Jewish pig emoji. I'ma lay you on the ground and spit in your face, B word. I will catch you, Jew boy. I'ma knock you the F out. I'ma watch you cry like a B word. Don't let me see you. Remember, I'ma knock you the F out, B." Eloquent dude. Owens liked the following response to that post, which said, "It says February 20th, Rabbi, are you drunk on Christian blood again?" That is literally blood libel, among the oldest and most insidious forms of anti-Semitism, a horrible anti-Semitic trope. In fact, Owens' conduct has been so egregious, she was recently praised by none other than Nazi white supremacist Nick Fuentes. Take a look at this genius.
Candace Owens has just been on a tear lately. She has been in a full-fledged war against the Jews. This is the face of total Jewish defeat. I love that. I love how all the Jews have to watch this show. This is the face, dude. No. But this is the face of a total Jewish defeat. We have to stand. Go off, girly. We got your back, Candace. Eat them up. Eat them up. They're filth. I love how the intro is so generic, but it's like she's going full 1488. She's going, well, no, she's really more going full 88.
I got nothing else to say on that piece of garbage. Cenk?
A lot of mainstream media don't give you honest news. We do. You know why? Because of you. Paid membership on YouTube makes all the difference. Hit the join button below and you become the hero that sustains us. Candace Owens is so bad, she makes me defend Rabbi Shmuley. And I've defended him on Twitter on this. I even said it when we were in the middle of insane debates with him. And so look, guys, the crazy tweet against Rabbi Shmuley is awful, right? But that's a rando, right? That's not the issue. The issue is that she liked the response. And so you guys saw her say, hey, look, if Hitler had just stayed in Germany, nationalism would have been great. but he was killing the Jews inside Germany, okay? So, but you could say, hey, maybe she misspoke and then she did clarify later, etc. But then Kanye comes out and says, I really like Hitler. And she stays with him. And then to me, the most mystifying of all those clips was, no honest person could think that calling DEFCON 3 on all Jewish people is anti-Semitic. What else would it be? I mean, he's saying, I'm going against all Jewish people, and he's using a nuclear analogy. I literally don't know how to interpret that any other way. And then she just turns the truth on its head. It's unbelievable. So, but look, the two things that to me were, and like deal enders, it's over, it's not even close. It was never close to begin with. But Ben Shapiro and Daily Wire were in a tough spot because they built up this BS about, oh, we're against cancel culture. You can say anything hateful. Yeah, go ahead, say it about black people. We love it. Say it against Latinos, say it against Muslims, say it against women. We love it, love it, love it. Say it against Jews. Oops. Okay, so now they should have never did that BS in the first place, where they said it's okay to say any hateful thing you want about anybody, because it leads to this. And the first step was wrong, and the last step is very, very wrong. So when she says there's a sinister group of Jews who are running DC and Hollywood, I thought it literally can't get any more anti-Semitic than that. That is the largest trope there is about Jews. Oh, they secretly control the world, they secretly control the media and politics, etc. That is not sophisticated or nuanced in like 1%. Like that's just me, that's her saying, I am an anti-Semite and I'm super proud of it. And here I'll say like the most anti-Semitic thing you could think of, I'll say it on tape and who cares, right? But then I was wrong, because liking that thing saying that the Jews drink the blood of Christian children, that's literally blood libel, been around thousands of years and used to murder Jews throughout world history. So yeah, it turns out you can get more anti-Semitic than the Jews secretly control the world when you start talking about drinking blood. Look guys, it's not just anti-Semitic, it's criminally insane. Like to believe nonsense like that, you have to be a total, utter lunatic. So do I think she should have been fired from Daily Wire? Hell yeah, I do. So we can talk more about the nuances of how to fire people and whether it's cancel culture or not in a second. But she definitely should have been fired. So it's about high time that it happened. And she wanted it anyway. She wanted to be let go so she could make more money on her own. Mission accomplished, Candace. Go ahead and cry, do fake tears about it. Cry about it like you're the victim. You ain't the victim. You're the worst of the worst.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think her conduct merits her being fired and released from the Daily Wire. I do agree with some of her criticisms of the state of Israel and the IDF, but think about what has happened. And I feel like every time I join the Young Turks, we talk about this. It's like Israeli people are not the Israeli government. Jewish people are not the same as the Israeli government. Yet somehow we live in a media ecology where everything is sort of perverted from a basis of truth, and everything is turned into like a one-liner, sort of like just like a ad hominem essentially. And so I think that's a huge part of the problem. And someone like Candace Owens is an expert in messaging to the media in ways that sort of drive engagement, drive popularity, drive visibility, and so on. So that's a large reason why she has had relative success. And that's actually incredible. It's a total perversion of what journalism or even punditry or analysis that's based on any facts or evidence should be about. Yet at the same time, we know, and we've talked about before so many times, the most hateful and divisive content tends to go most viral, tends to maximize engagement. She's an expert at that. And it's funny to be in a real situation where people say, oh, I just said this or said that. Someone like Nick Fuentes, who's a complete clown in my mind, but is simply able to gain popularity and engagement by being as provocative, as controversial, as hateful as possible. And the problem with that is it's not just speech. In this country, people always say, oh, that's just free speech, it's just speech. I mean, in this case, she deserved to be fired. It's also an issue that such hate speech has real effects. this has real effects. And this is something that we've seen occur with these sort of right-wing online pundits. They think that they can just get away with hiding behind free speech, but what they're doing is manipulating social media ecologies, manipulating algorithms, and then their own grifting off of those ecosystems actually generates violence and hate for people who are most marginalized. And that's the part that's really despicable and sad about this situation. And we truly need a more competitive market and non-market actors when it comes to media in this country. We really, really need that.
And I don't think it was an accident when she said if Hitler had just wanted to make Germany great. I mean, literally used the word of make America great again that Trump uses, and just indicating again her exact belief system, I think, where she is making clear, oh, it's totally fine to oppress minority groups, it's totally fine to have incredibly repressive, discriminatory policies, as long as you also have your country first. That's just to also go and meddle. It's like, that's the important policy point, not a lack of hate, but just be isolationist as well.
Yeah, so look, I think that Rabbi Shmuley is like the worst representative of the Israeli side, and Piers Morgan and others don't do the Israeli side any favors by having him on. And I feel the same exact way about Candace Owens on the Palestinian side. No, thank you. We don't want her. I'm not interested in it. And all she does is damage the cause. Please go away. And so she doesn't speak for any of us. I'm not interested in her opinions on Israel because she's outside the bounds of civil discussion. And if you say, oh, well, I don't want civil discussion. Guys, you've seen me yell, you've seen me be uncivil in ways that are, you could even characterize as rabble-rousing, whatever you want to say. I'm not the civility police, but is there a line? Yes, there's gotta be a line. There's gotta be a line. What if she goes out and starts saying, you know what? Full mask off. I mean, if drinking the blood of children wasn't mask off enough, right? And a secretive ring of Jews who are sinister and runs things wasn't over the line enough. First of all, then you have no line. Seriously, if you don't think that's too much, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably anti-Semitic. Like that's if you can't see that that's too much, that's unfathomable to me. But okay, let's say you think, no, it's no big deal drinking the blood. Oh yeah. What if she comes out and starts doing Rwanda radio? Go and find the Jews and kill them.
Yeah.
Is that free speech? No. There's a line. Look, guys, you see on Young Turks, we often, in fact, this exact panel has massively disagreed and yelled at each other and etc. And we disagree all the time on air, and whether it's about Israel or many other issues. And we talk about how sometimes Trump is right about this or Republicans are right. We're as open-minded a network as you could possibly find, right? But there's gotta be a line. So I've defended Ann Coulter, Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, who's also another monster and horrible guy. But when they were going to speak at colleges, I say, let him speak. And then we have much better ideas. Then we speak and we win. That's how it works. But there's definitely a place where you go, no, I'm not going to let you rile people up towards horrible things in the world. And that's exactly where she was going with this.
Cenk, as one of the Jews who controls the media, you said that exactly as I scripted it for you. Great job.
Oh, thank you, no problem. But to Ben's point and the joke that he made earlier, like this, guys, I've lived this. So please, if you're one of those folks who can't understand the difference between Israel and Jews and what's right and wrong about humanity, like, first of all, we're all human beings. Please stop. It's so stupid and irrational to think that there's any difference between Muslims, Jews, Christians, or anyone else. We have the same DNA. Yep. It's so irrational, right? But think about how absurd it is. So I started this company with Dave Kohler and Ben Mankiewicz. Dave and I have been friends for over 40 years. And I remember when we started, we were at a Tony Roma's about 22 years ago, okay? And in the middle of eating ribs, I joked around with Dave. I'm like, okay, and with both of them. And Ben's like family's theoretically way more connected, and he had nothing, okay? But I was kidding around with Dave because I know his two parents are both physics professors. He don't have any goddamn connections in Hollywood or in DC or anywhere else. So I was kidding with him. I'm like, Dave, go, make us rich. That's not how it works. That's insanity. You think that every Jewish person, rich, poor, or middle class, is all connected and the cabal comes to them and goes, okay, here's your secret past now. Then why are they still poor? than when we both started this and we wanted to work so badly, right? He had no connections. There was no secret money. There was no secret connections. Even Ben, who has a legendary last name, right? No connections at the time. None. Couldn't do anything. Why? Because in the real world, it doesn't work that way. It's not even close to true. It's not just that it's offensive. It's just not true. It's wrong and irrational. It makes no sense. Please don't go in a direction that embarrasses you and puts other people in danger.
As I said, if Jews controlled Hollywood, my career would be a lot further along.
Yeah. I mean, it's also dehumanizing and it's violent, right? And I think that those are really, and of course, I appreciate that you mentioned that you had the Rwandan radio example. There was a dehumanizing practice that was using media, the media of that time, radio, to basically treat the Tutsis as subhuman. They were called cockroaches, right? In Rwandan radio. I've literally written about that, so that was so cool. But it's like to see that now in relation to social media and media, which is just fragmented. I mean, and it's sort of why when you're louder and more heinous and more divisive, you just get more traction. I mean, why I don't think Rabbi Shmuley is. I don't really like him either, but there's a reason why he's repeatedly on Piers Morgan. I mean, I think we need to point the finger where it needs to be, and so it's just this situation where people are grifting, and we've seen Tucker Carlson and now Don Lemon and others sort of leave the supposedly mainstream media. Of course, Daily Wire is sort of a fragment of that, and create their own careers accordingly. But imagine if we're living in a world where we're just human beings. So many people are suffering. So many Jewish and Palestinian brothers and sisters are suffering right now. And the worst thing we do is make it even worse. We take a critique of the IDF and turn it into this horrific, classic, hateful discrimination against Jewish people. We've got to do better, We've got to do better, and we've got to change our media somehow to get us there, so we can actually have civil dialogue.
Yep.
Or if not civil, at least dialogue.
we do dialogue on TYT, so no question about that.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below, because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.